The ENTJ and INTP relationship is a pairing that would be described as mindmates. ENTJ and INTP belong to the temperament group known as the rationals. They, along with ENTP and INTJ, are lumped together based on their use of impersonal logical and powers of analysis. ENTJ and INTP are also shadows of each other, meaning that INTP's shadow functions form the ENTJ type and vice versa. As fellow intuitives, INTP and ENTJ share a mutual preference for intuition. This, according to MBTI theorists, is an important factor in support of clear communication and compatibility potential. 1. ENTJ and INTP have different energy levels. Obviously, this is in respect to the extrovert-introvert differences between INTP and ENTJ. The more function-based distinction is that where ENTJ likes to develop their ideas and plans into action for the purpose of getting real-world results and rewards, INTPs tend to spend more time exploring options and possibilities indefinitely and may continue to do so for its own sake rather than for any external purpose. INTPs are driven more by a desire to build their knowledge and understanding than by a desire to build something tangible and palpable in the outside world. This penchant for prolonged decision-making can come across as slowness and laziness in the eyes of an ENTJ and irritate them. In contrast, INTP may view ENTJ as hasty, aggressive and misguided. 2. ENTJ and INTP both suppress emotions. As rational types, both the ENTJ and INTP tend to avoid dealing with their emotions. For the ENTJ, their inferior phi means they will struggle to cultivate a strong value system that keeps their logic-driven ambitions in check. INTP on the other hand struggles with social awkwardness and a love-hate relationship between their desire to be independent and the lesser desire for external validation and pure acceptance. It is not likely either INTP or ENTJ are going to be able to help each other develop these aspects of themselves, but at the same time, their emotional needs will be similarly low maintenance. Other types who pair up with rationals romantically have complained of coldness and a lack of emotional support from their rational mate. With ENTJ and INTP, this is not likely to be an issue as both types do not require much emotional support. 3. ENTJ is more assertive than INTP. ENTJs like to exercise control and make decisions in their relationships that may not always bode well with the independent and individualistic INTP. INTP is less demanding and more easygoing and flexible when it comes to their expectations of others. ENTJ and INTP may get into occasional power struggles where the INTP finds themselves justifying and defending themselves against the ENTJ's pushy tendencies. ENTJ will often take a very active role in managing things and can be highly critical of the lackadaisical attitude of an INTP mate who is less concerned with external order. INTPs can be rather neglectful and oblivious about certain things, but they should understand that ENTJs need structure in order to feel at ease. By making an effort to be more mindful and proactive in fulfilling responsibilities, INTPs may be able to avoid some of the contention that may arise in the relationship. 4. INTP and ENTJ speak a similar language. As fellow rationals and intuitives, the ENTJ and INTP share a similar fondness for stimulating ideas and insightful dialogue. Furthermore, their mutual intuition preference means that they perceive the world in a similar fashion and use a lot of metaphor and analogy in their speech. These two will no doubt enjoy going back and forth in a battle of perspectives and friendly debate. ENTJ may especially appreciate the creative and random thought-provoking musings of an INTP mate who can often challenge and extend their perspective. INTPs may also prove to be a very attentive and receptive listener and a helpful soundboard for the ENTJ who likes to think out loud and bounce ideas off other people. While INTP's perspective is more broad and random, ENTJ's is more focused and deterministic. ENTJ can help refine and develop some of INTP's thoughts with helpful criticism and pragmatism. 5. INTP and ENTJ can meet each other halfway. For an INTP and ENTJ relationship to flourish, it is likely necessary that certain concessions be made for one another. ENTJs may need to curb some of their extroverted sensibilities for their introverted partner and be considerate of their need for space and freedom to do their own thing. Try not to force INTP to endure all the social activity that you take for granted. At the same time, INTP may need to make an effort to participate in activities with ENTJ and share their thoughts and be communicative. Don't wait for ENTJ to initiate contact all the time, and also invite them to share their advice and opinions. Additionally, INTPs should try not to flake out on plans with ENTJ. ENTJ can be slow to adapt to such changes, but giving them plenty of notice ahead of time can help.